Hello, this is Paul, and I welcome you to the third unit that we have with the classes at the First Church of the Brethren. As I hope you realize, there are 12 different lessons altogether to help you to learn and understand how to operate with Windows. Now, we do have this specifically working with XP, but it is very relevant for all newer systems. Only a few different screens might be seen in Windows 7, but they all work the same. You can recognize the properties of what needs to be set so that you can enjoy your computer better. With this lesson, we are going to continue with how the mouse is configured, how it works, and to get into this, I need to reinforce some of the basic things, and that is working with this mouse. There are basic instructions on how to use it while in the class or when somebody tries to instruct you something from over the telephone. And this is consistent with any company that produces the software for which you are looking to get help on. Very often there are common commands. For example, a click. When they tell you to click on something, it means a left hand click of the mouse. Not left hand, but I mean the left button of the mouse. Now, when they say double click, you use that same button to click it very quickly. And I like to use the expression in the class that it goes in the form of boom boom. In other words, there is no hesitation between these clicks. Now also, we will look at the right button and realize that when that command comes, the right button of the mouse will be clicked. Now, when this takes place, it is basically used for bringing up menus that are associated to the location where you perform that action. And often there are other sub-menus to select from, which you will then use the left button. Now on this, please remember that this is for a right-handed person. And we get into how to switch that button around to accommodate people that are left-handed. Now, to make changes to your mouse to make it more comfortable for you, you will have to first go to the Start menu. Once you bring up that menu, there are many selections on there that will help you make your computer perform better. And where I am really centering on is a function from the control panel. Notice that the control panel is located on the right side of that window that comes up. And when you press the left button or click on the control panel, you will get a menu of different settings. And although there are many different functions in here, we will be focusing our attention on the mouse. Now, there is one of the icons in this selection that is a mouse, and the label under it says mouse. You will click on that and be able to see the settings that can be made. After making a left click on the mouse on top of the icon, don't do it on the word, use the icon to click on it. And what I mean by click is a left click on the button. We will get into a window that will be able to make many different changes to the mouse to make it more comfortable. One thing I do want to say here that this mouse can be switched to accommodate a left-handed person or a right-handed person. what is most popular is right-handed people, and the program in your computer is automatically set up for right-handed people. However, you can switch that around by making a selection on this portion of the window when it comes up to be able to make it for a left-handed person. Now be aware when you make that change, you do not even have to apply this. It is activated immediately. So from there on, a click of the mouse would be on the right button instead of the left. So this is a very serious function. Now if you should choose to try to see how this works, please remember that you are now setting it up with the buttons reacting opposite of what it was originally done. So to return to it, be sure to make this selection again. I'd like to direct your attention to the center of this window. Double click speed is adjusted there to be slow or faster according to your ability to handle the mouse. Hopefully, as you get your experience, the mouse will become more comfortable and you can double click much easier. The faster that you have it set, the less chance you have of swiffing or moving the mouse around while you double click. So this feature could be very useful, especially if your dexterity is much slower. You can slow it down for your comfort. To adjust this, you would hold the mouse on top of the center marker there and move it towards the slow or faster speed. Now the idea is, if you see on the right side of this, there is a folder there, and if you double click on that folder, it will open and close. Now if you set this faster to be much quicker on the screen for you to operate, and you will be able to test that speed with this folder. And if it gets too fast that it doesn't work, you know to slow it down a little bit. So then you're able to adjust your speed this way according to your own dexterity. Some people have a hard time holding the left button of the mouse down to drag something around on the screen. And this is a problem that is more common than thought of. Microsoft has given this ability called Click Lock, which is located on the lower third of this window. When you have a check mark in the box, turn on Click Lock. What will happen is when you apply this setting, it will be able to click one time on an icon that you want to move around and be able to release it, drag it to where you want it to be, and another click would release it. For some people, this is much handier than trying to hold down the mouse and move it around at the same time. I know some friends that does have this turned on, and they're much more comfortable with their machine with that capability. Now we're going to get into the section about the mouse that we're going to have some special effects. Now what we're talking about special effects is the appearance of what the mouse looks like. Also, the size can be adjusted to a limit, and other features can be changed on it. Please be aware that this is not the limit of what can be done with the mouse, that there are utilities or little downloads that can be made to your computer from the web to expand these capabilities. For those of faith, there could be angels downloaded, or somebody of sports can download objects of football or other imaginations. There is no limit to what can be experienced in this. Now I need to remind you that to get into this part of the Windows program, you need to go to the Start menu. Once in the Start menu, you're going to select the Control Panel. And once you're in the Control Panel, you're going to select the icon with the mouse. And once we get in there, we're going to be able to go to the tab going across the top of that window and select Pointers. Once in this window, take notice that the top portion of this has a box labeled Schemes. Now, what we are going to do is look at a set of schemes or a series of appearances and what they mean for what the mouse look like. You can always change them to your liking as we will take a look at it. I'd like you to take notice to the right of that window in the scheme window or scheme portion there. There is a drop down arrow. As you click on that down arrow, it will show you a whole list of many different schemes that are available in Windows. Now take notice that some of them will enable you to have a larger mouse pointer and also have different pictures that might be hands or whatever there might be of your interest. Now I take notice that many people has really enjoyed bringing in the dinosaur, and that gives us a different set of schemes. Each one of these has a set of responses when you click on your mouse. When you want to change anything on this general listing is a simple click on the preference that you want to use. After making your selection, the window will close up and you'll be able to see on the lower 2/3 of this window how the icons will look for each response that is being made through the computer. Take notice in here the hourglass that it shows that it is busy, while the arrow with the pointer with the hourglass next to it will operate with something in the background that it's busy. So you have a scroll down slider on the right side of this box to see the rest of the ways the mouse will respond to different things going on in its computer and be able to know what they mean. So it has an education value as well to know exactly what's going on with your machine when these come up. I have so many people asking me what they mean when we can actually go into this window, take a look at them, and also take notice that on the bottom portion, just under that main window there, it has a box to browse through different things and be able to make a different selection of your liking. However, when you go into this, it's a good idea to know what you're looking for so that you can make a logical choice. Also on that bottom line to the left, there is a checkbox there to activate the mouse to have a shadow. So that means it will give some dimension on your desktop. It seems like I'm close to the limit of how long this presentation can be to be able to post on the web. So this is going to be the end of part 1, and please continue with this in part 2. I have a lot to show you yet, and once you get this under the belt, you'll be able to have special effects on your computer that will make your friends see it and say, wow.